exciting video, and that is the book review of Hunting Prince Dracula by Kerry Maniscalco. And oh my god, this was amazing, and it's also my first read of 2018, which is totally exciting. But just have to say, I absolutely love this book. It was amazing. It was a great sequel. I don't even know if I loved it more than the first one. Like, they're both just amazing, and it's all together and beautiful, and I just recommend this series so much, guys. Like, you honestly need to read it so much because it's just a great series. It's creepy yet really intriguing. So this review is mainly going to be spoiler free, but at the end of the video I am going to talk about some of the key points that happen at the end, just so I can be like, oh my god. But so I will inform you though when that's going to happen, but from this moment on it's going to be spoiler free. I have to say it again though, but this book was an amazing sequel, and the story was amazing. And it was so addictive and intriguing, and I just felt like I couldn't put it down, even though it took me a week to read. But that's because I had to work and I have a life sometimes, and it's just like, oh my god, no time to read, but I really want to read, and it's such a dilemma. And it was another great case, because it's just like when people start getting murdered and they're dying and you're just like, what in the shit's going on? It's great. It was a really good murder mystery, and it was funny and sad and just amazing. So Audrey, our main character, is reeling from a very devastating loss that occurred at the end of the first book, and she is trying to run from her memories. She doesn't want to be anywhere that reminds her of these events and doesn't want to think about them, and she's just trying to push them away. So Audrey journeys to Romania and to one of the best forensic medicine schools with Thomas by her side. Audrey thrusts herself into her studies but doesn't realize how strong grief will grip you. Another thing too is Audrey in this book is starting to think that she has lost her mind because she sees things that aren't there, and shadows move, and she jumps at any unknown sounds. She needs time to heal and to face her emotions after such horrifying events, and students being murdered is so not helping Audrey right now. So she doesn't feel like she can cope with doing her forensic studies anymore because she keeps shaking and she keeps visualizing different bodies and just different things that have just wrecking with her mind. So she doesn't know how to feel. Everything is happening all at once, and she again now has to thrust herself into a new case of trying to figure out what the heck is going on, and just it's amazing yet very sad. But Audrey was amazing in this book though. She was smart and strong, and she didn't let anyone tell her what to do. Like, she is surrounded by all these men who think they're so much better than everyone else, and she's the only female studying in this book. And I'm sorry if you can hear rain right now and thunder, because it just started raining the minute I started filming, and it's like, what are the odds of that shit right there? Yeah, like, Audrey wouldn't let the men think they were better just because of their gender, and she's such a strong feminist. And in 1888 it is so amazing to see that. There's so many restrictions on women at this time, but she is fighting them, and she's like, yeah bitches, I'm gonna fight you, and I'm gonna be awesome, and I'm gonna, you know, be a strong confident woman, and you're not gonna tell me what to do. Audrey also learned so much more being at this forensic school, because like with this program it's like they went to the school but then they had to be there for a month before they got accepted into the school, and like out of the 10 students that were enrolled, only 2 got accepted to do further studies. So Audrey and Thomas are really hoping to get these spots, but there is a lot of amazing students out there, so it was a very big challenge. Had to do a lot of work, but she also learned a lot more, which is going to help her later on, probably when she's doing more cases and everything. And Audrey did get a better handle on her grief, and I do think that she'll be able to get past it. Oh my god, the rain is getting me, and my mum just interrupted, and now I lost my train of thought. Everything is just happening right now. But Audrey also did get a better handle on her grief, and I think she'll be able to get past the pain and have a sort of fondness for the memories that she would have if this didn't happen. In a sense, I'm being very vague there, but if you've read the first book you will understand what I'm talking about. But if you're one of those people that like watches this review and you still haven't read the first book, then shame on you. But like, I'm trying not to spoil some major things from the first book here. I also have to say, I love Thomas so much. Like, he is everything you want in a man from 1888, because he's just swoon worthy and beautiful, and I love him. I just love him so much, and I want him like in my life. He is just so good, and he hardly misses anything, and he is just really good at solving cases. Like, he has the sharpest mind. He's not very good with emotions, but he has a sharp mind for non-emotional things, you know what I mean? And he also has a knack for easing the tension with humor, and there is so many times that he just had me laughing so hard, because it's just like, oh my god, Thomas, what even made that? It's awesome. His jokes did get old fast though, because practically every line he said was something about having Audrey in his bed, or kissing her, or getting married, and it's just like, mate, she doesn't care. This is just not the talk you do to women in this time, and it's too much. Like, I still love him, but it was just a bit like, oh, there's another one, oh, there's another joke, oh, another one, I don't even care, I don't care no more. Doesn't matter if you're not kissing her right now, it's gonna probably happen soon, but like, it just, it got a bit old. I seriously love the relationship between Audrey and Thomas. It's such a different reading experience with the time setting as well, because I don't really read that many time period romances because there are so many restrictions on the romances, because it's like you need a chaperone, you can't be alone together, and you never touch in public, and have to also mind what you say around each other. Like, there's so many things that, like, Audrey's reputation could be gone like this if Thomas did the slightest thing wrong, and it was just like, oh my god, I absolutely disregarded all of those things, and it's still interesting. Like, I do love that kind of like, oh, we're alone together in this room, what are we gonna do? Holy shit. Now my dad is on the roof cleaning the gutter in the rain. What even? This video is so not meant to happen, but it's the last day I can film this week until next week because I'm working all night. So I have to use artificial lighting right now just because of the weather, but yeah, the next 2 nights I have to do closes, so it's gonna be too hard to film. So this video is going to be very all over the place just because it's so noisy with all the interruptions. Back to Audrey and Thomas though. But their relationship really grew well in this book, and like with the first book I see it more as like the attraction state, and now this book their fondness is really growing and it's turning into love, and I just like, I feel like the next book we're going to have engagements, and I'm just like, yes. Their love was tested though. There was some issues in this book that really like forced them apart for a little bit, but still I loved them so much. And like with the stuff pushing them apart, Thomas had a lot to learn about how to treat Audrey. She doesn't want to be protected and coddled. Like, she doesn't need that behavior from him. She needs equal. She needs someone who's going to go with her into danger, not try to prevent her from danger. And Thomas really had to learn how to be that person for her, because it was really hard for a man in that time to go against his instinct of trying to protect the person that he loves. So Thomas had a lot to learn, and I think he had a really good journey. And just saying too, with Thomas trying to protect her, he did cause a lot of embarrassment for Audrey, and like, it got really bad at some points where she was just like, bitch, get out my face, I hate you, you ruined my life. Major thing that Thomas did was he pretended that he was dead to get Audrey to talk to him, and nah. That is just so wrong. Like, do you even know what she's been through, mate? And to do that and then to have her like react so badly, and I was just like, get him gone. But I still love Thomas, but like the one moment in the book where I was just like, no mate, no, that's so wrong. But I absolutely love the setting of this book. I really want to go to Romania and go into castles and like frolic around, because that would be so cool. Like, who wants to go to a trip of Romania with me? Because I have the time but not the person to go with. And like, they mentioned the Orient Express, and just because I recently saw that movie I was like really excited, even though it did not relate at all, and just like, and it was just done really, really well. Like, I could visualize so much of this book, and I was just like, beautiful. Okay guys, we are gonna get to the spoilery section here, because we've gone to the point of my non-spoilery notes being over, so we'll get into it now. So if you have not read this book, go away now, because you don't want to be spoiled, because like these books, it's so annoying if you get spoiled for, because like they're so intriguing, and if you guess it right you're just like, yes motherfucker, but if you don't, then you know, if you already know, then it's not as fun. But okay, so I'm saying bye to you people, and all the people that have read this book, chill here with me now. So just saying, I guessed that Anastasia was going to be the murderer. Like, I just felt it. Like, she was acting so weirdly in so many scenes, and just certain lines made me pick up on things where I was just like, what is going on here? What is going on? Of course it's gonna be her. Then she died, and I was like, shit, it's not Anastasia. But she actually faked her own death, and I did not see that coming. I was just like, holy shit, I was right. But so she died, but then she wasn't dead, and then she died again, and it was all over the place. But I was just like, yes, I knew it. Anastasia was really smart in the way she was killing people. She was staging it as if a vampire killed someone, and also as if someone was killing a vampire, but she was actually just poisoning people with arsenic, and it was just like, what? I was just like blown away by like the level of stuff that went into her like trying to do all this. And because she's Countess Dracula, she's just like, bitch, I'm gonna bathe in all the blood and kill everyone. So it was very interesting. Another thing too is I absolutely love the relationship between Desina and Alina, I have very Romanian names. Dashana. When Thomas's sister is Dashana, and she has a relationship with a girl, and I'm like, yes to diversity. It was beautiful, and Thomas accepts it, and Audrey accepts it, and everyone else in the whole history of the world is never gonna accept it. But I just loved the representation, and to have a relationship between two girls in 1888 was pretty hecka awesome. But like, they can't tell anyone, which is so sad. Like, another thing I didn't see, we're talking about the Order of the Dragons in this thing, which Order of the Dragon like protects the royal family, but they seem to be like a myth. Like, people don't believe that it exists anymore. And to have Dashina and to have Dashina and Lena I can't say their name, being the first female people of this order was pretty hecka cool. And just saying the fact that Thomas is like the heir of Dracula was a really good addition to the story. The fact that he feels like so guilty about that being a part of his history, and that meant Anastasia was obsessed with him because she's like, I'm the Countess and you're like the Dracula, so we're gonna be together. And he's like, nah, bitch. But this book was absolutely amazing. A great story, great plot. We got a lot of good new characters introduced and I loved it so much. I hate that I have to wait until September for Escaping from Houdini, which sounds like it's going to be hecka awesome. And there was a little tidbit to Houdini in this book. Like her grandmother was talking about some dude that was like in the circus, and I'm like, I know who you are, bitch. But yes, I totally recommend this for everyone to read because it's beautiful and not many people have read this series and they need to. But anyway guys, thanks for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it and I'll see you guys later. Bye!